means it's not getting slowed down at all, and it's just going to land in your head, and it's going to beat you silly, and it's going to hold you underwater. It can hold you in that zone because of the current. The hooter just sounded, and we got that first heat in the water.
Well, I have a question for Ross. You know, being out the back there when those big 10 to 12 foot back waves, so like, you know, you're on a 25-foot face wave coming at you. If he was out the back, you can answer this question for me probably better.
Who are you asking, Ross or me?
I'm going to ask you, Pete.
All right. It really could. I mean, it depends on the direction they're saying. Again, broad spectrum of different swell directions. So you're going to have to choose that right one. You're going to want that roll in that's going to roll into that beautiful clean wall. There is waves like that out there, and I cannot wait to see what happens throughout this day because it is peaking mid-morning, even into the afternoon. So it's going to be pumping all day.
So we haven't seen the peak of the swell yet?
No, absolutely not. I mean, this morning the buoy peaked probably, which should be arriving, you know, midday here. So it's on.
Wow, that's going to be fun to watch as it gets bigger here at Haleiwa, to watch these guys battle that corner, so to speak. But right now we have a little replay going of Granger Larsen.
So Granger coming off the island of Maui, so he's accustomed to these types of waves. He loves the extra juice, the extra power. This feels really comfortable for him. And you can see as he's pumping down the line, and this is where you're going to see a lot of these big sections and who is going to be committed enough to tackle it, because there is that closeout section on the toilet bowl. It's breaking in, you know, 2 feet of water, and that is intimidating.
Well, out in the water right now, this thing is underway in the red jersey. Deivid Silva from Brazil is coming around the corner. Big hack up into the top. Looks like he's got himself a medium-sized wave. Does another one on the inside toilet bowl. So, wow, getting started right away. 30-minute heats. And Deivid Silva is on the board, tapping into some of that equipment from friends. And there's Red up and riding Silva on
Deivid Silva. Yeah, so again, that backside hook was able to complete 2 big moves. This came in at a 4.83. So that 2-turn combo gets him into the fair range. You take a look from the water angle here. Got Larry Haynes on the back of the ski. There's going to be some work done for them, dodging those bigger bomb set waves, but great work from Deivid Silva.
There's another replay. Sorry.
This is
Mihimana.
Mihimana on a bigger wave on his backhand. Mihimana from the island of Tahiti. So again, he's used to the Pacific juice, which is very helpful. You know, he knows how his equipment's going to work in these types of waves. And great wave choice again for him. He gets all the way to the channel of the toilet bowl in the fair range, even though there are high quality turns. Same thing here. This wave taking off at just the mid part of the lineup.
Mihimana up again off the bottom, trying to find some lip line, setting up his turn off the bottom, trying to find something to open up, but kicks out.
And then start to commit to that outside bank.
Sounds like a good plan right here. Charly Martin finds himself one of those corners, glides in, comes around, and kicks out because he doesn't see the wall that he wants on that wave to perform critical turns. Here we go, up and riding out the back. Braye snaps up off the top, another bottom turn combination, bingo, up into the bowl, free falls over that toilet bowl section. Beautiful surfing right there. Mihimana just going for the lip line, and looks like he's starting to heat up a little bit with the high score of a 6 in the heat. That's going to be another decent score on the board for him. French Polynesia represent. There we go.
Take a look here at Mihimana. So again, he passed up that set wave that looked like it was going to shut down to choose this one, and this one stayed open the entire section. Again, not too far outside to pick it up, but midway out was able to get 3 solid turns as this wave hits into the toilet bowl here. And you see he rides it all the way in. And again, the reason why he does that is the current will pull you out, and then you can get an easy entry out into the channel, and then you're paced with that current. It'll pull you right back out. Again, nice critical turns. You know, we're not pushing too hard. Even when you surf here and you lay that rail over, it still looks super dynamic. Kind of balance that between pushing really hard or even just setting your edge and just letting it take care of itself.
Deivid Silva trying to deal with this chop on the face, trying to get around the corner to look for some section that's going to offer up an available turn. And this, while we were breaking that down, this went down.
So Charly Martin, you know, and this kid's accomplished out here in this bigger stuff. Comes from the islands down there in the Pacific. So again, he's got himself comfort. He also has come here many, many years to compete in this Triple Crown. So he's he knows what he wants, and I think sometimes you'll see that guys that have understand a lineup will get a little bit picky. So far, he's been kind of waiting for this certain wave. This is going to be his best wave. He had 3 up and downs. He's been getting beat. Remember, he was in the inside, so he's been having to get himself back into the lineup. Finally, finding a section here and executes some turns. Again, he picked a wave that was going to have a lot of shoulder on it, so it wasn't going to shut down on him, so he's giving himself opportunity to do a couple turns.
Talking about experimental sessions that go down, look at this out the back. Charly Martin about to experiment on this inside bowl, looking for a crack up into the corner. A lot of water moving, heavy water. Charly Martin now sitting in second place, putting up another beautiful turn in the lip. And a 4th turn, tries to hold on as that water comes down. Mihimana out the back, trying to hold on to his lead, throws it up, but gets bucked off as he comes down off the lip with the lip line floater. Wow.
Are you going to ride? You know, you're out there, you can easily ride a 7.6 if you wanted to, or you could ride your 6.6. You know, a foot difference. It'd be interesting to see what choices are being made by these different surfers. You can see Mihimana looks like he's on like maybe a 6.10, you know, something in that kind of mid-range. And then Charly probably a little bit bigger. He's a little bit bigger guy. You know, great wave choice here from Charly because he was able to get that first critical section. Wasn't able to attack the lip, but had to down carve it. Still dynamic in a critical section, and there lays into that turn. As you take a look at the recap here, Deivid Silva early going, gets himself a 1.5 and a 4.83. Doesn't really have that second solid wave yet, so he sits in third, looking for a 6.10. Mihimana, solid, able to get the best wave of the heat. Plus, he has a solid backup, sits in the lead, 6.0 and a 7.83. His backhand surfing, good wave choice here by him. So he was able to execute moves all the way to the inside. I still feel like there's a lot of room in that upper end of the scale. We have not seen the best yet. We will, I'm sure, throughout the day. Someone's going to get barreled, and someone's going to do some hooks on the outside that we are just going to be impressed by. You know, we've got a lot of local Hawaiians coming up. You know, Mihimana right now, though, looking good here. You know, it's probably his first solid Triple Crown. I think he may have was able to compete last year. Charly Martin, again, a very experienced competitor in this Vans Triple Crown. Right now sits in second. He's got himself his last 2 waves. He's been working for it. Remember the beginning of the heat? Had to paddle hard, got beat a little bit, had some up and downs, but now has a pair of 5s to hold himself in second. And he's got about 5.5 minutes to improve on it.
Sets up to paddle out. Yago Dora, Kimmerson, Pupo, and Bizo. An international field. The Tahitian is up. Smashes off the top, comes around the bottom in the soup, trying to find something on the corner. A little crack off the top, comes down over his board, and out the back, Deivid Silva on a cracker of a wave up into the bowl. First turn looks sweet. The next one, nice little carve. Looking for more on the inside toilet bowl. Can he get it up into the lip again? And he does. Bang. Drops down in over it and skips out so he can get back out the back.
So I don't think he'll lose that second priority, but taking a look at Deivid Silva. So again, carrying a 1.5, he will improve his situation no matter what, but is it enough to get himself the 6.10? I would say just by those 2 turns there, yes, it's going to be enough. You know, he sits at number 10 in the rankings. I mean, that literally is at the cut line. He has a pretty high 5th result that he's going to try and take away. So, I mean, he has to make a couple heats here in order to improve his point total on the rankings. So, again, you know, either here or Sunset Beach.
And this is where we're going to see who's got it to hold on.
Mihimana, nice hook under the lip. Placed it right there in that vertical section. Again, that was all that soup. Really tough to have that board.
And look at Charly Martin, glides in out the back with 2 on the clock. Let's see what he's got. Can he find some open face? No. He has to jump off in the throat of that wave as it tubed over him, looking for a barrel. Deivid Silva up again out the back, right back in it. So this is 2 waves within 5 minutes. Nice hack off the top. Sweeps around the corner. Boom, another one. Looks like he's looking for more on the inside. Bang! Straight up into the bowl. Buckets out the back. Christmas trees. And a 4th turn. This man went to work within the last 5 minutes.
A nice little mid-range set wave came to him. And again, he went ballistic on this wave. I mean, this is going to be his best wave. A 6.67 for his last one. Talk about what he needs to do here in this Hawaiian Pro. He needs to get to the round of 32 in order to improve his result.
So here's Mihimana just trying to carve out a couple another turns so he can solidify his advancing position. but looking like he's, you know, just holding on right there. He doesn't look like he's got full control of the board. So we'll see what happens. I feel like Deivid Silva is going to take the lead in this heat, which is going to put Mihimana down into second. And with 36 seconds left on the clock, we'll see if Charly Martin can find a wave to put himself into the advancement spot, because that's what's happening right now. That's how close this heat is. There is just so much happening along the score lines right now.
Ronnie, if you see that if Deivid Silva improves, then he will you know, make it that much higher in allocation for Charly Martin. Again, we're down to 10 seconds, and there is a set out the back, but I do not see Charly in position.
Well, I saw him, and he just had to duck dive under that huge wave, so does not look like he's going to find another wave, and he is going to bow out here at the Hawaiian Pro at the hands of Mihimana and Deivid Silva from Brazil.